Okay, so I've just finished all my brake lines. The soft lines come up over to a bracket, mounted off the top of the shock mount. My hard line then runs up and across the new diff support member, what I'm calling the diff support member. I've got to get some clamps yet to hold the brake lines. Goes to a T-piece and over to the other wheel, or the left rear wheel. From the T-piece it runs to the back of the master cylinder, which is underneath the truck somewhere. The front, a little bit harder. I basically had to mount the bracket here, which was a bit of a shit because of the boxing. Well, why don't I just show you that one? The boxing in here, the clamp's about there, so I had to stick my arm up the inside to get to it, but it doesn't, the soft pipe doesn't max out when you turn either way, or it doesn't rub on anything when you turn either way either. So that one comes in, goes up over the chassis rail, goes up over the chassis rail through there, runs along the back side of the cross member. Again, need to get some clamps, and comes out here where it joins up to the driver's side and runs off back to the brake booster. I've also hardwired my interior dome light now. So there was a grommet that I put in a hole over here, don't know what that was for. And there's a hole here which I'm going to use for the earth strap, but that is for, the earth strap will be for a high stop light. That's not the light I'm using, it's just one that I got floating around to use and test with until I find a nice looking one. And I ran the wires for the interior dome light in through the upper panel, why we're not focusing, up into the roof and over to here and into there. Bit of a shit, but we got there in the end. Oh! Ow! Ow! Oh, that tingled. Okay, note to self, don't stand up with your kidneys in that. Oh, mother trucker. Sorry. Oh, that tingled. I think I mentioned this in an earlier video. Sorry, out of breath, I just kidneyized myself. I think I have a late 57 cab. Sorry, having a hard time thinking right now. Late 57 cab, primarily because my hood hinge bolts are 3/8 of an inch up here. So the two bolts up here for the hood hinge are 3/8 of an inch, which means I'm on a 55 to 57 cab. There's a 58 59s run a 5/16 bolt. And the other thing is that the mounting plates for the fuse panel, the 55 to 57s run those two holes, and the 58 59 run those two holes. I am running these two, which says to me I have a late 57 cab, or a leftover 57 cab on my 58 chassis. It's the only thing I can think of. I've done a little bit more of the wiring. I've got my door switches all here, but because I haven't got my doors on, I don't know if I want to stick them there or there. I'm probably going to go with the lower one so that it mounts, the door switch mounts underneath those two tags there. I'm thinking it's probably going to be the best way. Get that out of the way, and it's still above the bottom hinge that way, so yeah. I think that's where I'll mount them, but I've got those all hooked up now as well. That's the other side. Still haven't extended the brake, but we'll get there. Oh, and battery I'm going to be putting off the firewall into this little hole here. I'm going to make up a little box to sit basically on this for my battery. I was going to mount it here inside the rear wheel well, but my mufflers are going to be here to go out in front of the rear arch, so I want my mufflers, where are we? Yeah, my mufflers will be coming out here, or a muffler on each side coming out there somewhere. So I didn't think it was safe to put it right next to the drive shaft connection, so we're going to here, and I'll just put a couple of little bungs in the top of the deck so I can access the panel if it gets a flat battery. Other than that, I think that's about all I've done in the last couple of days. So a little bit more progress. I got the engine and the gearbox back together so I can test fit that. And those are the old VT Commodore mounts, which I'm going to have a play around with to see if I can't use as well. Cool. Catch you later.